Yesterday, I had a few comments suggesting me to create a video on the new release from Codium. For the people who do not know, Codium is an AI-powered extension that assists developers with AI code completion, search, and chat all for free. It's an open source alternative to GitHub's Copilot while being completely free, and just recently, they came out with a big new update called Codium Windsurf, which is their first and new AI agentic IDE. You can easily generate new code faster, talk to the AI, which has the ability to understand your whole code base, use the Control I plus feature, which is to give natural language instructions in your editor to write and edit code. And then you can use the super complete feature where Windsurf provides intent-driven suggestions independent of your cursor position. You essentially create flows by having agents added with copilots. This Windsurfer editor combines these two powerful functions as it acts as a copilot for real-time collaboration as an agent that can handle complex tasks autonomously. This means that the AI stays fully in sync with you, adapting and assisting seamlessly. Flows create a shared state between you and your AI, making it feel like a mind meld experience. Instead of just offering help, the AI is going to work alongside with you in real time, understanding your context, and it's going to be able to assist you whenever it's needed. Just take a listen as to what the team has to say with this new release.
We believe it's an editor where you and the AI can truly mind meld, with information naturally and infinitely flowing between the two without any friction, giving you instant, invaluable AI developer assistance where you want it and when you want it.
The core motivation of creating the Windsurf editor was to natively expose flows, starting with Cascade, the flow evolution of chat. Flows create magic by giving the AI access to three things: knowledge, tools, and human actions. Let's start with knowledge. Here is us asking Cascade to add doc strings to all integration tests in a production code base. To do this well, Cascade needs to rip through all the code, identify the integration tests, understand what those tests are testing, and generate contextually relevant doc strings. But Cascade takes it further than any other agentic system by also generating commands to be run. Here is Cascade installing a requirements.txt file and independently realizing that it needed to use Python 3 instead of Python given my environment. Or here is Cascade suggesting to move files. Don't worry, the human is in the loop approving the commands, but Cascade can truly take action by utilizing the broadest set of tools. Finally is human action. This is where the collaborative aspect of flows really shines. Cascade lives in your editor. So if you make some changes in the text editor, as shown here, you can just ask Cascade to continue, and it will pick up right where you left off. Cascade truly understands your intent because you and the AI are always operating on top of the same state of the world.
Of course, this is just the beginning. We know that Cascade has the potential to do more impressive tasks on larger, more complex code bases, predicting more of your intent by looking ahead on the joint developer AI timeline, and bringing in multiple developers into the same conversation, allowing for AI to participate in your day-to-day collaboration with your colleagues, and extending the flows across more of the key work surfaces involved in software development, such as documentation, work planning, and code review, so that the AI can stay in lockstep with you through all of your work.
While you're typing, you will get all the features you have come to love from the Codium extensions. Autocomplete ships with a blazingly powerful fast mode to finish your thoughts. Supercomplete, the modality that predicts the edits corresponding to your next intent, prompts you with multi-cursor edits to keep you in your flow state. Command has a brand new UX that makes it easier, faster to perform large file modifications, full file generations, and follow-ups. We even brought Command into the terminal, so you never have to Google that random bash command again.
Now, alongside with Windsurf, they've also introduced Cascade, which is something that's built within the IDE. It basically redefines AI-assisted coding by combining advanced tools, deep code-based understanding, and real-time awareness of your actions into a fluid, collaborative experience. It's designed to offer a seamless interaction and unmatched contextual awareness with your data. This is where they have the ability to provide full context of your code base, where Cascade can understand your entire code base, not just a single file, but your entire code base, making relevant suggestions even on large complex projects. You also have the ability to have command suggestions as well as execution, where it can automatically detect issues, debug suggestions, and run commands directly in your editor. You also have persistent workflows where Cascade remembers your actions and it can easily resume work where you left off. There's a feature of multi-file editing where it can have context-aware multi-file edits that can be seamlessly managed, as well as solving problems across your entire code base. And lastly, you have LLM-powered search tools, where Cascade uses these search tools to use advanced language models that can go beyond just embeddings. It ensures precise results, and with all of these different features, you're going to get high-speed, context-rich coding assistant capable of complex multi-file operations and command suggestions in real time, all within one integrated high-performance experience with this new IDE. So how can you get started? Well, you can obviously install the Codium extension completely for free, but you can also now get started with this Windsurf IDE. And to do so, you want to go over to this link, which I'll leave in the description below, and you can install it for your operating system, whether that's Mac OS, Linux, or Windows. Also, just an FYI, this is a fork of VS Code, and they do explain as to why they did use it within this section over here. Now, once you sign up with an account with Codium and install Windsurf IDE, you will have access to Windsurf Pro for 2 weeks when you download it. So this is where you're going to be able to access all of these commands, such as unlimited access to larger Codium models. You have unlimited access to GPT-4 Omni and Claude Sonnet. You have unlimited access to Super Complete Cascade, where you have 1,000 steps per month, expanded context length, as well as advanced contextual awareness. You have increased indexing limits, higher limits on custom context, as well as fast autocomplete speeds, all for just $10 a month. Now, for the free individual plan, you get to access the Windsurf IDE, you get unlimited rapid AI autocomplete suggestions, you have unlimited AI editor, AI chats, as well as unlimited AI command instructs. You also have the ability to use Cascade, but only for the read-only mode, and you do not get access to GPT-4 Omni and Claude 3.5 Sonnet. But essentially, you get almost everything same, but there's a couple of limits for Cascade, as well as unlimited access to these major commands or features that you would get with Windsurf Pro. So in terms of pricing, Codium is definitely 50% cheaper than Cursor's Pro plan, which is $20 a month. But in terms of which one is better in terms of quality, well, this is something obviously I need to test out more and more as time goes. But with something like Windsurf, I want to state that it does use its own proprietary approach that offers a deeper and more intelligent understanding with its embeddings of code across multiple files and directory. And this is something that makes Windsurf particularly more effective for larger code bases, where it is able to tackle complex edits and multi-file changes whenever it's needed, whereas Cursor doesn't actually tend to do this with its embedding. But I will say, in a side-by-side test, you may find Windsurf a bit slower than Cursor, but the difference is in contextual accuracy and edit quality. Windsurf's ability to capture a broader project context leads to this more precision and relevant suggestion, which is why it's a bit slower. But you will obviously have better features in other cases with Cursor, with its composer, where it's able to do multi-file changes autonomously, but you're not going to get the same sort of contextual accuracy for a large code base that you would with Windsurf. So both have their pros and cons, and essentially, if you're looking for something for a complex project, I would obviously use Codium because it has more contextual accuracy and edit quality in comparison to Cursor. But if you're looking for something like for a smaller project, you would want to use Cursor with its composer feature. So now let's get started with the usage and testing of Windsurf. I've opened this up and installed it, and I essentially imported all the extensions that I have with VS Code, such as Client, Docker, AI Toolkit, and etc. Now, in this case, you can see that you have Cascade, which is the AI chat, and you can access 3 of these different models: GPT-4 Omni, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and Cascade Base, which is where you can access their proprietary model so that you can have that better embedding with your code base. Now, you can get started by uploading your code base or your folder, or you can just simply get started by generating a product or a project with Cascade, So you can ask it to create something by simply clicking on this, make me a playable 2048 app with smooth animations. So if I am to click on this, it's going to start by planning out what it needs to do to create this game. You can see that it is creating the directory. So in the same manner that you would get with Cursor, it's going to go ahead and execute these commands autonomously. And it also has a human in the loop functionality where you can work with the AI to approve certain things. So you can see that it is creating the necessary files. So you can actually open the diff and you can see all the different edits that is being made. And it looks like it is now complete. So now Cascade is saying that changes are saved to your file. You can continue your workflow or review them whenever you need. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and accept all. And now it is basically saying to open up the index. So I went along and I opened the 2048 game, and in this case you can start playing it right away. So if I am to use the arrow keys, you can see that this game is functional, and this is the capability that you get with Windsurf. Next, I'm gonna ask it to develop a dietary tracking app that lets you log meals, lets you track nutrition, set goals, and it's gonna use a local storage. And I also told it to be making a modern UI for it. Now, one thing I noticed right away is that it had encountered an error and it found a loop around this error. So it is quite intelligent. Whenever it faces these backtracks, it makes sure that it is able to find a solution for anything that comes in its way. So we're gonna wait and see what it's capable of generating. So it looks like it's complete, and I'm gonna basically go ahead and open this file up to see if this is functional. And this is the app that it was capable of generating. This is a really basic app where you have today's calories, meals today, weekly average. And let's see if this is functional. I'm gonna go ahead and add a meal. Let's say I ate pizza today. Calories, I'm not too sure how many 2 slices would be, but let's say it's probably around 650. The time of the day, let's just give it a random time. Let's say I ate it at 1:15 p.m. and let's say the food items. So in this case, there should be a catalog of different food items, but let's say this is just junk food. And let's save this meal and let's set a goal. Let's set a daily calorie goal. So let's say our goal is 2,000 and meals per day should be at least 3. So let's save this goal, and now you're going to be able to track all of your meals and how much calories are being intake throughout the day. This is just a small little example of what it was capable of generating. It's a really basic app. I'm not saying that this is like something crazy that any other model can't do or any other IDE can do, but this is just something that it's quite impressive that it's capable of generating within a couple of seconds. And that's about it for today's video on Codium's new Windsurf editor. This is a new redefined AI assisted coding IDE, and it is something that is quite impressive with deep code based understanding and real-time awareness of your actions in a fluid collaborative experience. So this is definitely something that is revolutionary, and it does have a lot of pros over many of the IDEs that we've showcased on this channel, like Pear, as well as VS Code, as well as Cursor. So I definitely recommend that you try this out. It also has a couple of downsides, and these are some things that we will take a look at further in future videos throughout this week. But with that thought, guys, I'll leave all the links that I use in today's video in the description below. Definitely recommend that you try it out. Follow me on Twitter for free daily AI news. Follow me on the Patreon so that you can access different types of AI subscriptions on a monthly basis. And lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and check out our previous videos because there is a lot of content that you'll definitely benefit from. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.